Okay, so can you see my screen? My screen is now in the MS Team.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. Today I have built your ClassNet book. So the supplement for linear function and modeling, I will put on the content library, and you can access for the week 1 content library in the MS Team. Okay, before we start, do you have any questions concerning the lectures material on Monday?
No, sir.
Okay, okay, okay. If not, I'm going to continue.
Saya
I
mau
will
nanya, Pak.
just... Ya, ya.
Kan kemarin saya habis belajar tentang range kan ya, Pak.
Yes.
Range itu kita tuh emang
what's your
fokus
name?
Felix, Pak. Felix.
Felix, okay,
Ya.
Felix, yes.
Range itu emang apa kita fokus ke Y atau gimana ya, Pak? Ke Y value-nya aja atau gimana, Pak? Kayak misalnya kita udah ketemu Y intercept-nya gitu, ya itu berarti emang range-nya gitu, Pak. Halo?
In Cartesian coordinate, we can see a line, or quadratic function, we can see a parabolic form. Power function, we will discuss later. Combination of function, such as piecewise defined function, we will also discuss. Okay, every graph in Cartesian coordinate have its own characteristic. So the graph of constant function is just a constant. I have mentioned it before on the last class. What about the graph of linear function, fx equal mx plus c? So if I want to draw this, I have to use y equals mx plus c because the axis is x, and y. Y is the fx, okay? The equation of line y equal mx plus c, m is the slope. What does the slope mean? Once again, if a line has slope a half, that means if we go right 1 point, it will go up by a half point. Okay, so if I have y equals 2x, that is a line that has 2 as its slope. So if I go right 1 point, it will go up by 2 points. So this is the graph of y equals 2x. Okay, and so on. And what about y equals a half x plus 1 is just translating along the y-axis, yeah? So the 0 will become 1. Why? Because when we substitute 0, it will become 0, yeah? Y equals, okay. So y equals mx should always pass through 0, 0, the origin. Okay, what about a half x plus 3 is just a half x translated along the y-axis, 3 points upward. Okay, so that we means by y equal a half. And what about if I have this one? How do I get the equation of the line? First, I know that it passes through 2 points, that is minus 2, 5 and 3, minus 1. So I can look how the y changes. It changes from 5, the height 5, to the height minus 1. 5 to the height minus 1. So the changes is 5 minus 1 or minus 1 minus 5, that is minus 6, is okay for me. So from 5 to minus 1, you have 6. What about this? From minus 2 to 3, you have 5. So if you go 5, you go down minus 5, minus 6. So the slope should be given by minus 6 over 5. Minus 6 over 5. Okay. When you go 1, you will go down by minus 6 over 5. When you go 5 points, you will go down by minus 6 points. Okay. So the slope is minus 6 over 5. What about Don't forget the equation of line, the y equal mx plus c. How do I get the c? You can just substitute. Okay, so let's try finding out the equation of line that passes through 1, 3 and -1, -1. Okay. Uh, 1, 3 and -1, -1. 1, 3 and -1, 1. Okay. Answer. Question mark. Okay, first of all, the slope is given by. Okay, so I see the y increase or decrease from 3 to 1, 3 to 1. Okay, so I have, okay, if you want to do it by your high school, so m should be, the slope is given by y1 minus y2 divided by x1 minus x2. Okay, so what do you get? You get y1, y1 is 3. Don't forget this is x comma y, so x1 should be 1, y1 should be 3, x2 is -1, y2 is 2. So I have y1 minus y2, that is 3 minus 1, divided by x1 minus x2. x1 is 1 minus, don't forget this is -1. Okay, so you have this. So the slope is given by 2 divided by 1 minus -1 is 2. So you have 1. Okay, and I can do the fast way. The slope is given by, okay, m equals from 3 to 1 you have 2. Okay, yeah, from 1 to -2, 1 to -1, x 1 to -1, you have 2, so you have 2. Don't forget 1, 3 to -1, 1, so it will be an increasing function. Okay, yeah, -1, you can imagine this. Sorry, you can imagine this here. -1, okay, -1, 1 to 1, 3. This one, yeah. So you have this line. Okay. I think okay. So this changes is from 1 to 3, 2, and this changes is 2. So if you go 2, you will go up 2. So the slope you will be given by 2 over 2. Okay. So it will be, don't forget, because this is an increasing, it is increasing plus. So you have +1. Okay. And then the line is given by y equals 1x plus c, but 1x is x plus c, yeah, x plus c. How do you get the c? How do you get the C? I think you have already known, yeah? Substitute. Cause it passes through what? 1,3. Then we substitute 3 equals 1 plus C. So this means C equals 3 minus 1. So it equals to. So the equation. Of the line is y equals x plus 2. Do you have any question here? Sorry. Questions? No? Okay, let's continue then.
I have one.
Yeah. What's your question? Sorry, your name?
Vero.
Vero, okay. Your questions?
Okay, like there's two y's, right? So like which one do we substitute?
Very good,
Which
very good question. Thank you, Vero. So you can use either points. You can use either points. It doesn't matter. Why? Because the line we seek passes through this and passes through this. So if you substitute this, it will be right, and if you substitute this, it will be right also. So let's try 1,3. If you substitute x equal y, what do you get for y? 1 plus 2 is 3. What about if you substitute x equals minus 1? Minus 1 plus 2 is 2 minus 1 is 1. So y should be 1, the same. Thank you for your question. A good question. Thank you. So you can use either 1,3 or minus 1,1 to find the C. And you have, it's okay. Are you okay? Can you follow me?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. So let's continue. How about if we are given a line in Cartesian coordinate that is vertical or horizontal? How we can get the equation of the line? What are their slopes? Okay, so vertical line. The vertical line. Maybe the horizontal line first. More easy. Horizontal line. So for the horizontal line, like what? Don't forget to label your axis, yeah? X, Y. So what is this? This is the constant function, yeah? Fx equals 1. Do you understand? This is Fx equals 1? Or y equal, okay, y equal 1. Can you follow me? Sorry. This is a constant function. Fx equal 1. So all points, the height should be given by 1. All points, all x, the point should be given, the height will be given by 1. It's always 1 for all points, for all x. Okay, yeah? So what is the slope here? Can you guess? What is the slope here?
0.
Why?
Because there's no difference in
Very good. Thank you. What's your name?
Anggi.
Anggit. Thank you, Anggit. So the slope is given by 0. You can see apa ya bahasa Inggrisnya? Ini kan tidak miring sama sekali, makanya kemiringannya 0. So it doesn't have any it has no steep at all. So it is the slope is 0. Oke ya. Kalau if you want to find the slope, so by your high school, M is I want to find what it passed through it passed through 1, 0, and it passed through 2, 0. So what is the slope? How the y changes? Sorry. Ini 1,1 ya, sorry. 1,1 and 2,1. So what is the slope here? How y changes? 1,1 to 1. There is no changes in y. And what about the x? There is 1 changes in x. Okay, ya? 1,1, 2,2. And you have this 0 divided by 1. What is 0 divided by 1? 0, yeah. You know, yeah. Why? Because 0 times 1 is 0. Okay, yeah. So if I want to find the slope, I have to use y equal mx plus constant. But so I have y equals mx, m is 0, times x plus constant. So I have y equals 0 times x is 0, constant. And you can substitute if you want to use your high school, 1, 1. So 1 equals c. So the equation of the line is y equals 1. Okay, yeah. So in all x, the height y is always equals 1. Y is always equals 1. Okay, yeah. What about the vertical line? The vertical line. So for the vertical line, I have this one. Maybe x, y. Maybe this one. Okay, yeah. What is the vertical line here? You can see if I want to use your high school material, this is, I can pick 2 points, 3, 0 and 3, 1. It passes through 3, 0 and 3, 1. So the slope is given by m equals, how does the y changes from 0 to 1? Okay, 1 divided by how the x changes divided by 0. And your answer is 1 divided by 0, idea?
Undefined.
Very good, undefined. Okay, yeah, undefined. Yeah, later you will see that 1 divided by something that goes to 0 will be minus infinity or infinity. But 1 divided by 0, you don't have anything, undefined. But 1 divided by something that goes to 0, it can be 0 or it can be infinity or minus infinity. Remember, infinity is not a number, it's just a property that it gets bigger and bigger. It gets smaller and smaller. Okay, so 1 divided by 0 is undefined. Why is this undefined? You remember, we are looking at a function. Is this a function? Is this a function?
No,
Why?
because there's 2 domains.
No. The domain
Let's say
is
like the
just
same,
this.
like-
Domain is this, yeah? The domain is all real. The domain is all real.
Real.
But I have 1 point that have... Sorry, your name? Mister, your name?
Vero.
Vero. So I have 1 point that has...
X-intercept.
A lot of.
That has the value. You remember when I'm talking about the function, it cannot be like this. You remember? So if this is x, is y, you don't have, you cannot have two points at the y. So if you have x is 3, you cannot have, you cannot have 2y. I think this is not 2y. This is infinitely many y. So this is not a function. So what is So what is the equation? Okay, the slope is undefined. The slope is undefined. But what is about the equation? The equation is, can you guess? Look. If this y equals 1, all is 1, all y equal 1. What about this? What about this one? The equation is?
Infinite. Y.
No. That is the slope. The slope. It will goes to infinite if it goes through 0. But this is 0, yeah? This is 0. This is not something that goes to 0. This is completely 0. Okay, yeah? So the slope is undefined. But the equation is?
3.
X equals 3.
Very good. X equals 3. Okay, yeah? If you see this, all y equals 1. Everywhere, all y is equals to 1. What about this? All x is equals to 3. 3,1, 3,2, 3,4, 3,-1, 3,-2, and so on. So the equation of this vertical line is x, 3. The slope is undefined. Okay, yeah? And this one, the slope is 0 because it doesn't change. It doesn't change height. It doesn't change height. When it doesn't change height, you have 0 as your slope or your gradient of the line. Okay, ya? Kamu masih ingat ya? You remember when I discussed this? What is the slope of this line? Sorry, positive, negative, or 0? The slope of this line?
Positive.
Positive. When it goes 1, it goes 1. So it's positive. What about this one?
Negative.
This one? Negative. Because when I step 1, it goes down minus something. Okay, yeah? This one? If I go there by 1 point, it goes down by minus. So the slope will be given by, let's say this is A. So the slope is given by A divided by 1. Don't forget minus. Why? Because this is decreasing. Okay, yeah? Okay, that's all. So positive, negative, 0, undefined. Questions? Okay, if no question, I am going to look at the connection between parallel lines and perpendicular lines. Parallel lines, you know, yeah? If I have this one, this is a parallel line. So what can you conclude for the parallel lines? The slope is always the same. The slope is always the same because it's just a translation. It's just a translation along the y-axis. Okay, yeah? What? So the M1 it should be M2. Okay, the slope should be the same. What about the perpendicular? Look, I have this line P and I have this line Q. I have this line P. What is the slope here? When I go A, this is will go up by B. So the slope is given by B over A. Can you follow me? The slope is given by B over A. Can you follow me?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So this triangular shape, I rotate it by 90 degree. 90 degree. Good, yeah. 90 degree. This way, counterclockwise. So I have this triangular. Okay, yeah. So if I look at the line that pass the triangular lines, this line should be a rotation of this line. Can you follow me? Okay, yeah? Okay?
Yes. Okay.
Okay, yeah? So this line should be have 90 degrees, and it should be perpendicular to each other. Perpendicular to each other. And what about the height here? What is the slope here? Sorry. If I go B, it will go down by A. So what is the slope?
Minus A.
Negative.
Minus A divided by B. Very good. Minus A divided by B. So this is minus A. So I put in this here. Perpendicular. The line P, the slope. Line P. What is the slope? It's given by M equals line P, B over A. B over A. the slope of line Q perpendicular. Perpendicular double L ya? Enggak ya, satu ya. Yep. Perpendicular to P is maybe this is M1 ya, MP, and this is given by maybe MQ, and this is given by what? B down by A, minus A divided by B. Okay, so I have M Q times M Q is given by B over A times minus, okay, minus A over B. So how do you calculate this? First of all, the sign, plus times minus. Plus times minus will give you minus B over A times A over B. You can cross this out, yeah. B over B is 1, A over A is 1, so you have 1 over 1, so you have minus 1. Can you follow me?
Yes.
Yes.
So you have the MP should be minus 1 divided by MQ. This is what you get in your high school. Can you follow me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah. So when I am talking about perpendicular line, the slope here times the slope here should be minus 1. So let L be the line of 4x plus 3y equals 3. Try to find the equation of line that is parallel to line L. Okay, let's see. Example. Find an equation. Find equation of line. Lama juga ya. That is maybe that passes through maybe 1, 0 and parallel to 4x plus 3y equals 3. Okay, answer. So if you look at carefully, this is the equation of the line also. This is a equation of the line also. But you have to switch this. Maybe to give it more simpler, I will try this, yeah. For x plus 3y, you can do it on your own. So I have 4x plus y equals 3. So I have 4x plus y equals 3. This is just the same as this is just the same as y equals minus 4x plus 3. Yeah, can you feel? Or let's say this. 6 and 2. Okay, yeah. Let's change this so you know what happens. Plus 2y dan 3. So you have 2y equals minus 6x plus 3. Can you follow me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and then this is the same. It is the same as I divide all by 2. So you have minus 6 divided by 2 is 3x plus 3 divided by 2. This is 3 over 2. Okay, yeah. So this line is the same as this line. Can you follow me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So the equation of the line is y equal mx plus c. So you have y equals, remember, because it is a parallel line, the slope of the line we are looking for is, what is the slide? The slope? Parallel lines?
3.
Parallel lines?
3.
Very
Minus
good. Minus 1/3. Bukan. Minus 3 dong. Kan paralel. Parallel kan sama, the same. If I have parallel lines, the slope will be given by the same value. So I have minus 3x plus constant. How do you find the C? Substitute 1,0 to equation. So you get 0 equals minus 3x plus C. But this is the same as 1,0 ya, 1,0. Oh, ini 1 ya, sorry. 1. So you have 0 minus 3 times 1 is minus 3. You can go to the other side, so you have no plus 0 equals C. So C should be given by 3 ya. So C equals 3. So you have Y equals the equation. It's Y equals minus 3x plus 3. Betul ya? 1,0. Begitu saya masukin, if I substitute 1 minus 3 plus 3 is 0. Very good. Okay, let's try another example for the perpendicular one. Find an equation of this. The same. So the equation is given by y. You can do this on your own. You can do this on your own. So you have at the end y equals y equals minus 3x plus 3/2. The same procedure as above. Look above explanation. So the slope we are looking for are, okay, let's look. So the slope we are looking at minus 1 divided by M2. So our
Sir, I think you're muted. Sir, I think you're muted.
oh, dari tadi mute ya, sorry.
Yes, sir, you mute yourself.
Oh, when?
Around a
beginning?
minute ago, I guess.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much. Okay, so the equation of the line is y equals
Sir.
1/3x plus constant. How do you get the constant? Substitute what? 1,0. So you have 0 equals 0 equals 1/3 times 0 times 1 plus constant. This is the same as C equals 1/3, 1/3 times 1 is 1/3. 1/3 go to the other side, minus 1/3. So the equation of is y equals 1/3, y equals 1/3 x plus minus 1/3. Okay, any questions? Yeah, because it's just your junior high. It makes you embarrassed to discuss this. Okay, next one, the quadratic function. Next one is the quadratic function. Try to sketch y equal x squared plus 1, x minus 1 squared, x minus 1 squared plus 2, x plus 1, x plus 3. Okay, so for the quadratic function, this is the function that you will always meet. I will just draw, yeah? I will just draw. Thickness. Okay, so first of all, x, y. This is y equals x squared. Any question from this? It has x equals 0 as its symmetry. What is x equals 0? X equals 0 yang ini ya, the y axis, x equals 0. Kan ini x equals 1, x equals 2, y equals 1, y equals 2, y equals 3. The same, constant function. Okay, x equals 0 as its symmetry, and this is the same, yeah, the same height, always the same height for the same number. So 1 should be 1, minus 1 should be 1. You can substitute this. Okay. What about y equal x squared plus 1? So all of this point is raised by 1 point. So you have this. My equation, what is this? What number is this?
1.
All of this, don't forget, this is 0, 0, yeah? Because if I substitute x equals x 0 squared, x squared, x is 0, you have y equals 0. So it passes through 0, 0. If I want to have y equal x squared plus 1, so all of this point is raised by 1 point. All of this is raised by 1 point. So what do you get?
1.
What is the y-intercept? This one?
1,1.
Very good. It is given by 1. Okay, yeah? What about this one? Y equals x squared minus 2. How do you get this? By translating it along the y-axis, down or upward?
Down.
Downward by
By
2.
2.
Down minus
by
2.
2 points. So it will have the y-intercept is by minus 2. Don't forget label your axis. Yeah, I can forget my axis, but you cannot because you haven't passed the business mathematics. Later, if you have already, you can. Okay, yeah. What about this one? X minus 1 squared. Okay, yeah. You can just point plot. At x equals 1, it will give you 1 minus 1 squared, 0. What about in 2? When 2 minus 1 is 1. 1. What about 0? 0 minus 1 is minus 1. Minus 1 times minus 1 squared, that's That means -1 times -1 is 1. What about sorry? What about What about at this 1, 2? What about 3? 3 minus 1, 2, 2 squared, 4. What about -1? -1 minus 1, -2, -2 times -2, minus plus 2 times 2, 4. So you have this one. So how do you get this? Yeah, you can always point plot. Plot it points by points. So you have this shape. So what is the relation between this shape and this shape? What is the relation?
You translate one to the right.
Okay, you translate it along the x-axis. Along the x-axis by 1 point to the right. Okay, yeah? Okay, yeah? Very good. Very good. Let's continue. So what about this one? So what about this one? What about this one? I can choose when x equals -1, it will give you -1 plus 1 should be 0. What about when 0? 0 plus 1 should be 1. What about when 1? 1 plus 1, 4. What about -2? -2 plus 1 is -1. -1 times -1 is 1. Okay, yeah? And -3, you have 1, the same. So you have this kind of figure. Sorry, it passes through this. Okay. What does this connection between this and the original y equal x squared? The connection, this is shifted, translated along the x-axis by -1. So this is the same as x minus -1. So it makes sense. This is go left -1. Go left by 1, yeah. Go left by 1. Go left -1. Oh yeah, okay. So what this mean? What is this? So I have this is y equals x minus 1 squared. And then, and then don't forget plus 2. So you lift all of this by 2 points. So it will give you this shape. So it will pass through, this is 1. It will pass through 1, 2. Can you follow me? Questions? Questions? No. For the last part, for the quadratic function, you have to remind this. You have to remember this. So I can have this kind of quadratic function also. Hope. Okay, you can have this kind also. We usually, this is given by the zeros. The zeros of this, you know, this is x minus 1 equals 0, so it should be 1. X minus 2 equals 0, it should be 2. So when x equals 1, you have 0 times something, so it should be 0. When 2 minus 2 is 0, so it passes through this. The question is this one or this one? This one and this one. Okay, yeah? For A is positive, you know this is the case. We will discuss this on the derivative next 2 weeks. y when this is positive, you have this figure. And what about when I have y equals x minus 2, x minus 2 times negative? So you should have, x plus 2. X plus 2, x minus 2 equals 0, you have 2. X plus 2 equals 0, give you minus 2. So it will pass through these points. How do you graph this? Don't forget this is minus of this. So you have this. Okay, yeah. So this is the same as we usually say this. Minus, you can multiply it to the inner side. So this is minus x plus 2, x plus 2. So this is we usually say graphic 2 minus x, 2 plus x. Yeah, the same ya. Okay. Jadi if you are given the zeros, you can just plug in the zeros, you can just graph this, or if positive, this if negative. Okay, yeah. But if you have something like this, 2 minus x, 2 plus x, or maybe like this, 3 minus x, 3 plus x, so you should have something like this. Minus 3, 3. Okay, any questions for the quadratic function? Ladies and gentlemen? No, yeah? Okay, let's continue. Let's continue. How many minutes do I have? Little. So what about if I want to graph x squared minus 5 x plus 4? Yeah, okay. I want to draw y equals x squared plus 5x plus 4. Is it? Oh, minus 5x. Minus 5x plus 4. Okay, I can do this. I can factor this out. Can I factor this out? 4, 1, minus. Oh, okay. So I have 1, 4. This is plus. So the graph will be given by this. Okay. What about this one? X squared plus x plus 1, Pak. Plus, jangan inilah. Apa ya? X squared plus 4x plus, okay. Ini mah contohnya semua, you can factor this out all ya. You can all factor this out. Ya oke lah. Ya oke. Yang lainnya, saya pikir you have just to know all of this ya. There are so much involved, but you have just to remember this quadratic function. This. And the remains, you can forget it. Just remember this one, how to draw this one. Okay ya? Questions? Saya ke-mute lagi nggak ini? Halo?
Yes, sir.
Enggak, Pak.
Ya, questions?
No, sir, I guess.
Oh, okay. So the polynomial function, a little bit, just a little bit. So this is the dot one, the dotted lines is y equals x. The dash one is x cubed, I think. Yeah, dash line, x cubed. And the solid one is x to the 5. So you can see in general, if you have x to the x with the power is just odd with odd power, x with odd power. So you have something like this. Some of the hand should be go down, some of the hand should be go up and down. But if you look at carefully, this is y equals x squared, the dotted lines. The dashed line is x to the 4. The solid line is x to the 6. You look at this, the hands is always going upwards, both going upward, or both going downward. How can I get this downward? By this. This is x squared. Okay, yeah, the dotted line is x squared minus x squared. You multiply all of this point by -1, so you will go this down, 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 down. This times minus down, times minus down. So you have something like this. Okay, yeah. But remember, both of its hand should be up or down. But when I have x to the power of odd, some must be up, some must be down. Okay, this is what I'm going to say. So for x to the power of even, x to the power of odd. Odd, some hands are downward, some hands are upward. But for even, both are upward or both are downward. Depends, yeah. Depends on the constant here, positive or negative x squared. Okay, yeah. And this is the roots. This is the root of square root of x. This is, I think, the fourth root. This is the sixth root. Okay, you remember this is for even 4, 6, 2. It is not defined for x negative, so you don't have value, the height for the negative value. Different when you have the square root, the cube root. So this is the cube root, and this is the fifth root. You see that it has also so the domain is given by all real, but for the even it's just for the positive. That's why for square root of x, it is defined well if this one greater than or equal to 0. This one should be, the domain should be, remember the domain is x, so x should be greater than or equal to 0. But what is cube root? The domain all real. It has all height, all value. Okay. And the last is combination function. Before we see, let's try. Try sketching y equals x when x less than 2 and x squared when x greater than or equal to 2, yeah. Today is a little lama ya, agak lama. Because the video is not prepared yet. Okay. Okay, I want to sketch this. Kok sih? Any graph of piecewise defined function. I have told you about piecewise defined function, yeah. Tadi di mana ini? File, save as. Piecewise defined function, where does matbis. So I check this. Insert file. Picture. Sorry ya, saya masih belum terlalu ini. Mana ini? This PC di ini ngapain? Di lecture business mathematics 1 2020. Okay, so I want to try this, draw this. How do I try to draw this? Like this. Draw. This one. Okay, first of all, I have this one. The first rule is y equals x. What is y equals x? This is the same as y equals 1x. What is 1x? When I go right 1 point, it will go up by 1 point. So this is this kind of slope. So I have this. But you remember, it just for x less than 2. So I have 2 here, less than 2. So this is not, okay, yeah. So it's just, it applies just for x less than 2. So I can eliminate this. Sorry. So I have to eliminate this. Okay, yeah. What about x squared for x greater than 2? So x squared, if I have f(x) is x squared, you have, it passes through 0, 0. For 2, what is the height here? This is 2, yeah, because y equals x. What about this? Y equals x squared. When x equals 2, it equals 4. It equals 4. Okay, yeah. So I can this one. But this is for x greater than or equal to 2. So you can expect. So I have to remove this part. So my graph should be like this. This is for x less than or equal to 1. This is not included. Goes to here. Goes to here. Can you follow me? This is what we usually by piecewise defined function. We just draw x, and eliminate that we don't need. So we don't need when x greater than or equal to 2. So we eliminate it. We draw x squared. X squared is this. And we eliminate it when x is less than 2. Eliminate this. So if I combine this one, jump this one to this. Okay, this is what you usually call the piecewise defined function. Okay, but you should always your eraser ya. Yang this one is not too good. My picture is not too good, but you have to know. Questions? Questions? Ladies and gentlemen, questions? Okay. Just a little bit, yeah. Just a little bit. Sorry. So this is the modeling and proportionality. The last part, in real life problem, there are no x, y, z. So I have to define what is x, y, z based on my problem. We have to model it. Thus, when faced with problems in the real world, we must bring the problem to the mathematical world.
Sir, you mute yourself again.
Itu gimana caranya sih? Control Shift M. Tapi saya enggak. Okay, so in real life problem there are no x, y, z. So to bring it to the mathematical world, you have to have a mathematical formulation. What does it mean? Maybe you have like this. The population of people grows at rate that is jointly proportional to its current size, and difference between it has no mathematics at all. So how do you change it to the mathematics? Let x be the growth rate of the population. Let y be the current size of the population. Let z be the upper bound of the population. So it will change from the real world problem to the mathematics world. That's what we usually call by mathematical formulation. Okay, yeah? And then I can use all algebra and all that we have discussed before. Analyze the mathematical problem, afterward interpret the mathematical result by the conclusion. There are basic things to know in modeling real world problems, such as proportionality. Okay, so if I have the key Q is directly proportional to X, that means key equals K times X for some constant K. Okay, if it's inversely proportional to X, so Q should be K divided by X for some constant K. For jointly proportional, K equals K times XY. K equals K times XY for some constant K. So for this modeling, the population of the people grow at a rate that is jointly proportional to its current size and the difference between its current size and the upper bound of population. So I will just use this modeling. Let current size S be the current size of the population. Usually you have some units on it, yeah, 100 peoples, 1,000 peoples, 100,000, yeah, and so on. But in this case, you are not. There is no unit, yeah. Okay, let S be the current size, and the difference between current size. Okay, upper bound. Let U be the upper bound of the population or people growth rate. Formulate the rate of, okay, so the rate of the growth of population is given by what is example. Okay, is given by apa? Jointly proportional, okay, maybe let R be the rate of the growth of the population. Yeah. Then R should be equal to jointly, apa ini? Jointly proportional to its current size. Current size is S, and the difference between current size and the upper bound of population. Okay. Current size and the difference between current size and S minus U. The difference we usually use. Oke ya, jadi kurang aja lah. Seharusnya mutlak ya. It should be absolute value by it. Oke ya. Jointly proportional. K times XY. K for some constant K. Oke ya. Gini, jadi this is how you do the mathematical formulation. Specify all of the one unit. That is the current size, the upper bound, the rate of growth, and bring it to the mathematical form. Jointly proportional. So I have Q, the rate of population growth, jointly proportional equals K times current size, U times Y, difference between current size and upper bound. That is S minus U or U minus S. Yeah, the same. Do you have any question from this? So if you have the real world problem, if XYZ is not given, so you should define your XYZ. So you should define what is R, K, S, U, and the other. Okay, yeah. So there are some example for this one. You have to read it. Let's read for the example 142, page 47. We will be reading it together. This one. A cylindrical can is to have capacity volume of 24 pi cubic inches. The cost of material used for the top and bottom of the can is 3 cents per square inch, and the cost of the material used for the curved side is 2 cents per square inch. Express the cost of constructing the can as function as its radius. Okay, yeah. This mathematical formulation. Let R denote, denotes mungkin ya. Denotes the radius of the circular top and bottom. Okay, yeah. The mathematical formulation. The radius. The height of the can. Okay, yeah. The figure helps. Very good. C, the cost. Don't forget the units in cents. We usually add this in the units also. The height of the can in inch maybe. What about this? The radius of circular in inch. Then C, the total cost is cost for the top plus cost for the bottom plus cost of the side, where for each component of cost equals cost per square inch plus times number of square inches. So it has cost per square inch times the area, number of square inches, the area, right? And the area of circular top, this one, should be PR squared. And the cost per square inch of the top and bottom is 3 cents. Hence, cost of top is 3 pi square R squared. And cost the bottom, 3 pi R squared. Okay. To find the area of the curved side, imagine the top and bottom can be removed and the side cut and spread to the form of rectangle. So I cut this and open it up. So I have this. So the length of this is just the perimeter of the circle, 2pr, and the height is h. So what is the area here? The length times the width. So I have 2pr times h. So the cost is 2 cents. So the cost times the area, 2 times 4 PRH. So putting all together, C is the cost for top, bottom, and the side. So I have this. Okay. Since the goal is to express the cost as a function as the radius alone, you must find a way to express the height in terms of R. To do this, use the fact that volume is PR squared times H. So it is to be 24 of pi. This is given, yeah. This is given. That is, this is the same as this. This is the same as this. So H should be this, and you can substitute this to this. So you have just a cost depending just R and not H. So this is what we want. Okay. Any question from this? You can try to read it. You can try to read it page 48 also and page 50, and try read the example on 146, 147, and 148 for break-even analysis and market equilibrium. That's your part, market equilibrium and break-even analysis. Do you have any questions, people? Ini kelasnya kok sedih ini sih.